L'Oreal.
Go on then, shake it.
Okay.
Got to shake it to make it.
No, no cheating now. Just take a random question. Okay.
Okay. Your starter for 6 is, why do we play contemporary music? Music's about who you are, a lot, actually. And I think there's a thing about what we do that's actually about not being fossils anymore.
The idea of having a bunch of people sitting about creating something which has been, sometimes it might be partly improvised, but something that's been created completely afresh, and being able to play that to people with an open mind is what culture is about now.
It's like doing an opera with David Strigley, or
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the Dave Strigley opera, Pass the Spoon. I mean, the music, actual music, is probably maybe a third of the product.
Yeah.
In a way, what made it so compelling, I think, was that you weren't going to see a piece of contemporary music.
Yes.
Although you actually were.
Yeah.
You just didn't realise it.
Yeah.
What kind of bloody soup?
What do you fancy?
Pea soup?
It's on the top. You can ask me this question if you want.
Okay, right. Okay. Is it that one?
What music?
What music do we play? John, what music do we play?
There's a lot of contemporary music out there, isn't there? This comes back to thinking about how we decide what's good. So you've got stuff that sells, which is American minimalism. Everybody likes that. You've got stuff that doesn't sell, which in Britain means kind of European hardcore modernism. And we've got everything in between. I think it's quite important to us that we actually do the whole thing. We don't go, we're an ensemble that specialises in this, minimalism. We're an ensemble that specialises in that. Something we're working on at the moment is to find ways of kind of wrapping the music so that in a way that is relevant to it. So you take the piece of music and think, well, actually, if you're an audience member coming to this piece of music for the first time, you hadn't got a clue what it was, you hadn't got a clue who the composer was, you didn't know what the piece was about, you hadn't got any background, you didn't necessarily know what sort of musical language the piece was in. What's the best way of giving somebody who is not necessarily musically educated a way into it?
The range like slivers of sound surrounding me, falling on my face. The slivers touching, holding hands, joining it into one whole thing, until I stood in the centre of a solid pillar of sound. Oh, it pushed in on me gently, like soft rubber against my face and my body. The sound was, well, it was as if on the roof there was 1,000 aeroplanes. It was as if there was 1,000 aeroplanes on the roof. It is better.
Okay, what's the question?
The question is... Sorry, my scissors, I can't cut things very straight. Sorry about this. It says, who plays in our ensemble? Robert, who plays in our ensemble?
Me. Sometimes, even you sometimes.
Oh.
My remit is to attempt to be the worst player in my ensemble. So, and I don't know if am I succeeding in that?
Yes, you're terrible. You're really bad.
You know, the people who are really interested are now gravitating, and people feeling that the players themselves have creative ideas about programming and about where we might be playing stuff. Maybe the piano should be at a funny angle somewhere. It's very traditional, this angle. Not very good.
Continue.
I mean, when we did that project, Noisy Words, where we put completely random, a piece had been composed in an hour and a script had been written for an hour, and then you randomly put them together. We did pull them out of a hat, and actually the results of some of them were absolutely incredible. You should have been there when the actor was reading out the child abuse piece that he'd written against a composer's thing that was all jolly and funny and nice and cheerful, and you know, that kind of randomness as well of using putting contemporary music alongside other things can be brilliant.
Underneath those rainbows there are grey, damp walls. They're still there. They haven't gone away. What happened to you happened. Nothing will ever change that.
I wish he'd slip in here one night. Thinking he was safe. Creep along the living room like a shadow. He'd sense something. He'd look behind him and see my eyes. Staring out from the wall, all of me, everything I am, buried in painted rainbows and damp walls because of him. And I'd reach out my hand, and I'd take him. I'd grab him by his throat, through the bright colours and playing children, I'd keep him there hidden in a wall, where he can't breathe or see, where he can't touch or feel, where he can't harm anyone else, and I'd keep him there. I'd paint him until he became almost bearable. Paint him until I bury his real self in the grey, damp walls. Let him suffocate. Let him die.
Start breathing, Peter. Breathing! And let us escape what we're in. Please.
Okay. How seriously do we take what we do? One of the important things about our ensemble is that we attempt to do things to the absolute highest quality possible, and the musicians that play with the ensemble are chosen because they are the people that can do it to the highest level, so it's very serious.
I mean, because actually if you've written the dots, or somebody's taken the time to write the dots, you don't realise their piece for them as it should be, or as they envisage it to be. A, the audience knows you're faking it. B, the players get nothing out of it at all. C, the composer learns absolutely nothing, and the whole thing doesn't move forward. All you've done is you just produced a version of it that isn't quite right.
Really, I mean, it does happen quite often. You get something which is, wait a minute, actually this is really, really good.
Yeah, but the other thing is also, especially the young composers, in their piece, there might be 4 really great bars, that actually makes you realise the person's got promise. It's something that everybody actually can do. Almost everybody has the potential to be a composer. It's not necessarily a kind of God-given gift. You've got to work at it. But you've got to make a start. And you might as well just start by sticking pen to paper and making something.
What is the Scotland thing, and what is the label, and what's the point in it?
What, it being Scotland's?
Yeah.
Rather than being Scottish. Well, because actually the identity is more than just the kind of standard Scottish tartan, oh hi Jimmy,
Yes, but it's nice. Look at it. It's great. Are we associated with that?
The people that we work with have incredibly varied ideas about what Scotland is. Here we are, we're working with an Indian tabla player touring the Western Isles. What's that about? That's not a sort of standard view of what Scotland might be.
Yeah, then again, to make people feel that these are Scotland's composers, not Scottish composers.
Yeah, and actually I think that also kind of really feeds into what we're trying to do in terms of audience development and people getting involved in what we do in terms of writing music, in terms of all that kind of thing. It's like they feel, it's not exclusive.
No, but they feel like the country owns us.
And then let's repeat that, yeah? Go on, no. It's a D.
You need another one, or else it's just a really uneven group.
Yeah, it's 5/4.
Any more?
What does the future hold? What do we think is the future for our ensemble and contemporary music in Scotland?
Yeah, and the answer is, well, we're looking for collaborations outside of Scotland. We're looking to play outside of Scotland. We're looking to take Scottish music outside of Scotland, and we're looking to bring new ideas back into Scotland, I think.
And to collaborate with the best people in Scotland and the best people
abroad,
around the world.
Yeah. So we've already got collaborations lined up in Belgium, and we're talking to people in the States, and we're talking to people in Norway at the moment.
And Paris.
And we're looking for people who want to work with us wherever they're from.
Somebody,